Hi everyone, we have a bunch of really great features coming out in this release. So I'm going to give a quick overview of some of the bigger ones. So the first thing you'll notice over here is that we now have this third additional block, which is essentially the camera block, and that's to give you additional control over the camera. So similar to any other object, you simply long press on it, and now you're in the camera view. Now you'll see you have some additional options. So in the camera, we now have first person mode. I can go in. I'm now in first person mode. And you also have a bunch of other options to give you full and complete control over the camera. So, in addition to zoom, you also have your field of view, you have your pitch, your and roll, which allows you to create, well, quite weird and quirky camera angles if you so choose to. We also have this new follow parameter, and what that does is it allows you to actually choose which object should the camera follow. So now in this case, I'm just going to actually make it follow this enemy right there, and now you'll see the camera is following the enemy. In addition to that, we also have the ability to adjust any of these parameters via the custom rule system to give you even more control. So you simply have to long press on the camera, and then you can go in and add a new custom rule. And then you'll see that if you select this object, you have now this camera rule right here, and you have all these different parameters on it that can be set via your custom rules. In addition to that, we also have this new ability to clone or delete worlds. So I can just now tap this plus button, and you'll see I have a new option over here which says clone, and that allows me to quickly clone a world that I've created previously and make any additional small changes to it if I so choose to. And I can also now go in and then similarly very easily delete a world that I have previously created. We also have a really interesting new object, which is the text object. And this text object allows you to place 3D text in the space. So you simply long press, and then you can enter whatever text you want right over here. And in addition to whatever text you want, we also have full emoji support. So now when you go in, it's still following my enemy. Very quick and easy for me to change that. Just going to make it follow the player instead. And now you can see we have that text in the space. And again, all the parameters of the text are accessible via the rule system. Now, speaking about the rule system, we have a bunch of new blocks added to the rule system, and I'll give you a quick overview of them. So let's just say I'm adding um, a new rule. One big addition is that if you go to parameters, you'll now see that we have only one single number parameter. So you don't have to worry anymore about ints versus floats and how they work together. We now just have this one simple number parameter that will work seamlessly across all your rules. In addition to that, we also have a bunch of new math blocks that you can use, and you can kind of like see all these new additional blue blocks that allow you to do even more robust math calculations. And overall, the entire readability of the rule system has been improved a lot. So let's just say I'm creating a number. Now you can see how nicely it shows in the rule system as compared to previously when it wasn't as readable. And in addition to that, all the tokens now, none of the names or words get truncated. All of them are very easy to read, and they're also nicely kind of like grouped together. So if I want to access a rule on this object, I can see all these purple rule blocks, and then I can simply access any of them. And now I also see this different get parameter and set parameter blocks that I can use to create my rules. And in addition to that, we also have the ability to clone pages that you have created. So if you have a large rule that you've written and you just want to make a small tweak to it, you can simply just hit the clone option, and now you'll have a cloned version of that rule to make small adjustments to. So I can in this case just be like, hey, in this case I actually wanted to add 9 and 9 together. Also, in addition to that, you'll see this little small kind of like question mark up in the top over here. And that takes you to a page with a bunch of tutorials that you can look through to better understand the rule system and how to make the most of it. Some other additional interesting blocks added to the rule system is we also have now the play sound block. So you can actually play audio via the rule system itself. And there are also bunch of other improvements that you can now explore on your own time. Like for example, if I go in here, I can actually disable and enable an object. But in addition to that, I also get like this nice visual overlay letting me know which objects in my scene are disabled. Even exiting out of the editor, we now have this your most recent draft accessible right up in the front. And there's bunch of other improvements like tapping on a hashtag and being able to see all the games that are tagged with that hashtag. So take your time, explore all these improvements and several others which I haven't covered, and I'm excited to see what you all build.